We have some breaking news regarding the Duggars. It turns out that Megyn Kelly was granted an interview by the Duggar parents. And according to Vulture, Megyn Kelly not only spoke to the Duggars, she also managed to land an interview with two of the daughters in the Duggar family. Now, the two daughters that she spoke to are the victims of Josh Duggar's molestation. And what I find incredible about the fact that this interview is about to air is that not only did Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar decide to do this interview and kind of raise awareness about the exact daughters that were molested, the daughters themselves spoke to Megyn Kelly, which, look, the interview hasn't aired yet. So right now, what I'm about to say is speculation. But my speculation is that they are now parading the victims around as if everything happened, it was terrible, but now everything's okay, so let's minimize the situation and pretend as though this wasn't as big of a deal as everyone thought it was.
Well, the interview itself, it is not speculation to say that it is damage control.
Of course.
That's exactly what the interview is for. I don't think they're going to come out there and say, you know what, I can't believe Josh did this to our two beautiful daughters here. I don't think the daughters are going to come out and say, you know, goddamn Josh, I wish he was arrested, right? Mm-hmm. And it turns out him working for the Family Research Council, trying to protect families, is super ironic. I can't believe that some bitch did that. That's not what's going to happen in the interview. This is damage control, and I'm with you, Anna. Irrespective of what they say in the interview, the very fact that you would trot out your daughters who are molested and name them, we won't name them, although you'll see it everywhere because they're in the interview, right? That you'll bring them out to do damage control for the person who molested them and then pretend that you're in favor of morality, it's just beyond the pale, man.
Yeah, and it's no surprise that they chose Fox News as the outlet that would do this interview. So do you think Megyn Kelly's going to ask them the tough questions? Probably not.
No, she promised ahead. She pulled an Al Sharpton here and promised ahead of time that she would not ask any tough questions.
Well, that's what a real journalist does. They just throw the softball questions at their guests.
Yeah, and the reason she did that is because she knew that it's a huge get, as they say. Now, that sickens me, this whole thing with the journalists when they get into competition, get into the competition of who's going to get the big interview. And what they do in order to get the big interview is they go over the top in promises to the people that they're going to interview. Oh, don't worry, you're going to come out in a great light. You're going to look awesome. This is your best opportunity to make your case, and la 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 la. They use code words. They don't say, hey, you know what? I'm going to throw nothing but softballs, and I'm on your side, and we're going to rig it so the audience is more sympathetic to you. They don't say that, but in essence, that's exactly what they're promising. And here, the only difference was that Megyn Kelly said it in public. She said, I will not be going after them. I will not be asking them hard questions. And at least, I mean, that's why I say it's an Al Sharpton, because Al Sharpton, before he got the MSNBC show, said on 60 Minutes, or told at 60 Minutes, I will never criticize the president, right or wrong. Okay. I mean, TV has become a joke. It's a journalistic wasteland.
It is a wasteland. And also understand, I'm not in favor of having the victims on and then like punch them in the face with these hard questions. That's not what I'm saying.
And I'm sorry to jump in, Anna. In the beginning, it was supposed to be just the parents.
Right.
We didn't know about the daughters, right? So she was saying, I'm not going to ask the parents any hard questions, even though they were helping Josh. They covered it up. And even though the dad, when he was running for office, after he knew that his son had done the molestation, said people who commit incest should be put to death.
Capital punishment.
Capital punishment, right? But he said that anyway. Now, doesn't it make sense to ask, hey, wait, how about your own son? No, I'm not going to ask him any hard questions. Why make those promises? Why make it so overt? She knows that the whole world is going to watch that interview because the two daughters who were molested are on it.
It's so sick. It's so sick. And when victims of any type of sexual assault want to be identified, I respect that. But in this case, it just feels like a publicity stunt, a way of damage control, as you mentioned earlier. And I feel like they're being used for that agenda, and I feel uncomfortable stating who they are. So
every time a politician, even if they're ones I agree with, gets caught in a sex scandal, and then they bring out their wife with them in the press conference.
Yeah, I hate that.
It turns my stomach. I'm like, don't do that. Don't subject her to that, right? And there, she's not really a victim. She's the wife, right? Can you imagine if a politician was accused of molesting someone and he brought out the person he molested? You'd be like, what? What are you doing? That's crazy,
now,
right?
Here's the person that I victimized, and they're here to tell you that it wasn't really as bad as you thought it was.
Now, if it was actually true that he had not molested her, then you would want to bring her out and make your case. But in this case, no, it'd be the politician saying, okay, no, I sexually assaulted her. All right,
Yeah.
come on out here and tell me how awesome I am.